Have you ever wondered why we dress up and scare each other senseless every Halloween? Well, you're about to find out. Today, we delve into the secrets and traditions of Halloween, a celebration shrouded in mystique and intrigue. With a fun twist, our journey will take the form of a multiple-choice quiz. So, whether you're a Halloween enthusiast or a curious bystander, this is your chance to test your knowledge about this eerie annual event. Are you ready to test your Halloween knowledge? Good luck! Question 1. Where did the tradition of Halloween originate? Is it A, Ireland, B, USA, C, Canada, or D, France? Take a moment to ponder. Our ancestors celebrated many festivals, each with its unique traditions. But Halloween with its spooky charm is a standout, isn't it? All right, let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is A, Ireland. Yes, you heard it right. The tradition of Halloween originated from the Emerald Isle itself. Now, let's delve a little deeper. Halloween has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. The Celts, who lived more than 2,000 years ago, celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and the harvest, and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year often associated with human death. The Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. To commemorate the event, Druids, Celtic priests, would build huge sacred bonfires where people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, usually consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. When the celebration was over, they relit their hearth fires from the sacred bonfire to help protect them during the coming winter. Over time, with Christian influence, Samhain evolved into the Halloween we know today. But the ancient roots are still visible in the modern celebration. The costumes, the bonfires, the theme of honoring the dead. These elements of Halloween have been passed down from the Celts' Samhain festival. Interesting, isn't it? Let's move on to the next question. Question 2. Why do people dress up on Halloween? Is it A, to ward off evil spirits, B, to celebrate the harvest, C, for fun, or D, all of the above? Now take a moment to ponder. Got your answer locked in? Excellent. The correct answer is A, to ward off evil spirits. Surprised? Let's delve into the eerie history behind this tradition. Long, long ago, during the time of the Celts, the end of October marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. This time was also considered as the Celtic New Year and was associated with the festival of Samhain. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. They feared that the spirits of the deceased would come back to Earth, causing havoc and ruining their crops. To outsmart these otherworldly beings, the Celts came up with a clever plan. They decided to disguise themselves as spirits by donning costumes made from animal skins and heads. They believed that this would confuse the real spirits, making them think that the humans were just fellow spirits. In this way, they hoped to ward off any potential harm. Over time, this tradition evolved and became a part of Halloween celebrations. It's fascinating to think that what started as a survival strategy has now turned into a fun and creative expression. Today, we dress up as anything from superheroes to mythical creatures, and yes, even as spirits, carrying on the ancient tradition in our unique way. So next time you're selecting a Halloween costume, remember, you're not just participating in a fun tradition. You're also echoing an age-old practice intended to confuse wandering spirits. Spooky, isn't it? Who knew dressing up had such a spooky history? Let's proceed to our next question. Question 3. Why are pumpkins used during Halloween? Is it because A, they're easy to carve, B, they represent the harvest, C, to ward off evil spirits, or D, they're cheap and readily available? Let's pause for a moment and allow you to ponder on that. Which one do you think it is? Or could it be a combination of these options? All right, time's up. And the answer is, drumroll please, A and C. That's right, pumpkins are used during Halloween because they're easy to carve and to ward off evil spirits. Now you might be thinking, wait, ward off evil spirits? What's that all about? Well, let's dive into that a bit, shall we? The tradition of carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns actually has its roots in an old Irish myth about a man named Stingy Jack. According to legend, Jack tricked the devil, and when he died, he was denied entry to both heaven and hell. Instead, he was doomed to wander the earth with only a burning coal to light his way. Jack put the coal into a carved-out turnip and has been roaming the earth ever since. The Irish began to refer to this ghostly figure as Jack of the Lantern, and then simply Jack-o'-lantern. They would carve their own versions of Jack's lantern out of turnips, beets, and potatoes to ward off stingy Jack and other wandering evil spirits. When Irish immigrants came to America, they found that pumpkins, native to the States, were far easier to carve into jack-o'-lanterns. So there you have it. Pumpkins are used because they're easy to carve, yes, but also to keep the likes of stingy Jack at bay. It's an interesting blend of practicality and tradition, don't you think? Carving pumpkins suddenly sounds a lot more fun, doesn't it? On to our next question. Question 4. Why do we give out candy on Halloween? Is it A, to keep children happy? B, it's a marketing ploy by candy companies? C, it's a modern take on the tradition of giving out food and money to the poor? Or D, all of the above? Give it a thought. Got your answer ready? The correct answer is C. It's a modern take on the tradition of giving out food and money to the poor. You might be wondering how candy became synonymous with Halloween. Well, it's quite an interesting tale. The practice of giving out treats on Halloween dates back to the Middle Ages. The tradition was known as souling, where the poor would go door to door on Hallowmass, November 1st, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for soul cakes. This practice evolved over time, and in the 19th century, it took a more festive turn, becoming a community-centered holiday. In America, children started to go door to door asking for food or money, a practice that eventually became what we now know as trick-or-treating. But why candy? Well, post-World War II, candy companies saw an opportunity in this tradition. They began to promote their products as the ideal Halloween treat. The convenience, variety, and the fact that candy could be easily mass-produced and individually wrapped made it the perfect choice. It was a win-win situation. Children got their treats, and the candy companies got their sales. So, the next time you're handing out those sweet treats on Halloween, remember, you're not just keeping the local kids happy. You're participating in a tradition that's centuries old, adapted by the modern world. Now you know why you're handing out all that candy. Let's get to our final question. Question 5. Which of the following is not a traditional Halloween color? A, orange, B, black, C, purple, or D, green? Let's give it a moment for you to ponder. Got your answer locked in? The correct answer is, drumroll please, D, green. Now, you might be wondering, why isn't green a traditional Halloween color? Well, let's dive into a tad bit of color symbolism. Halloween has its roots in ancient Celtic festivals, and the colors associated with it have deep meanings. Orange, a vibrant autumn color, represents the harvest season. Black, on the other hand, symbolizes death and the dark, mysterious unknown, perfectly aligning with Halloween's spooky theme. Purple, though not as commonly associated, often represents magic and the supernatural. Green, however, is more associated with rebirth and renewal, which doesn't quite fit into the Halloween narrative. That being said, modern Halloween celebrations have seen a wider palette of colors, including green, so don't feel limited when it comes to your Halloween decorations and costumes. And that, my friends, is the last question of our Halloween quiz. How did you do? Did these questions raise your spirits or leave you feeling like a ghost in the wind? Regardless, I hope you had a ghoulishly good time. And remember, Halloween is ultimately about having fun and embracing the eerie and unknown. And that wraps up our Halloween quiz. How did you do? Now, it's time to reveal the scoring system. So, how did you fare in our Halloween quiz? Let's break it down. Each question in our quiz was worth 20 points. Yes, you heard it right. 20 points for each correct answer. That means if you've been paying attention and got all the answers right, you're looking at a perfect score of 100 points. A full century. But don't fret if you didn't get them all right. Each question you answered correctly has added a cool 20 points to your tally. So every right answer is a win. And remember, it's not just about the score. It's about the fun of learning something new, the thrill of the challenge, and the joy of sharing this experience with others. Please share your scores in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more quizzes and check out the links in the description. Until next time, stay curious.